Well, you know things are bad when a liberal website like Salon is saying that Hillary Clinton could be in a heap of trouble if it's Donald Trump she's going against, because far from the consensus view that they could walk all over Donald Trump, he is galvanizing a lot of independent voters and even Democrats. Remember the 20,000 who switched sides to vote for him in an open primary in that state? The Washington Free Bacon's Lachlan Markay on that. You know, Lachlan, that says something when liberal sites are saying something about maybe Donald Trump not being such a pushover, huh?
Well, I think Clinton's Cole comments really go to the heart of this, and that is the larger Democratic move away from, or some might say abandonment of, the white working class as a key voting constituency. And we've seen Democrats increasingly focus on what they call the rising American electorate, and that is young people, single women, and minorities, which may be able to build a strong coalition, but you're leaving a voting bloc that's turning out to be very potent and very large completely out of the equation. Trump obviously has appealed to those voters in very large numbers. Sanders also to a pretty large extent. So if those people decide to cross over, and we're talking about Rust Belt Democrats here, you know, Reagan Democrats they used to be called, that could pose a serious problem for Clinton.
You know what I wonder about, too, when I look at this? It reminds me a lot of 1980, where the Jimmy Carter folks, and I've mentioned on this show before, were hoping that it would be Ronald Reagan because polls showed that they would swamp him. I think even up at the time of the convention, they were up by 20 points. So they thought he was, you know, a laughable opponent, a guy who said that trees cause more pollution than cars, and they thought they'd stomp all over him. Now, we know in history and retrospect what happened. I'm beginning to wonder whether Democrats are similarly prematurely cocky today. What do you think?
Well, you can see them sort of ramping up their operation, especially in Latino communities, for instance, in the last couple of weeks. And the question for Trump is going to be, you know, can he court enough of that white working class vote to offset what I think a lot of people expect are going to be big losses among racial minorities, among women, and other, you know, and other key voting blocs. So that remains to be seen. Certainly, Trump is turning out a lot more people than you know, than anyone expected to turn out in these primary contests. So it's possible, but it's still going to be an uphill climb for him.
All right, Lachlan, thank you very, very much. We'll get a good idea of that tonight. Again, a lot of these polls